This is a line following robot, and this is a line following robot I built for my bachelor years project. Now this specific project took me a few weeks to finish because I had exams and it was overall a pretty busy period. But today, we're gonna speed run making it. First of all, let's showcase the components. The main microcontroller we're gonna use is the Arduino Uno, which is a beginner-friendly microcontroller everybody can pick up and start learning. To run the car, we're gonna use these DC motors. They have a bit of an issue of wires detaching from those points, but we're going to solve that later. And these are the wheels that come with the motors. To run the motors, we're not going to use the Arduino, but we're going to use a motor driver. And this L298N motor driver is also a beginner-friendly driver that everybody can use in the first car. To detect the line, these TCRT 5000 IR sensors are a perfect fit for us because the sensors fire down to detect the line rather than forward. For power, we're going to use two 3.7 volt lithium ion batteries wired in series that should give us about 7.2 volts in total, which can run the car comfortably. We're going to use a breadboard to attach all the wires. And we're also going to use this cute little buzzer to play a melody after the car reaches its destination. And these are the jumper wires we're going to use. For the chassis, we're going to use tongue depressors of all things. But trust me, these work wonders, especially when you don't have access to a 3D printer like me. We're going to make the chassis sort of triangular because we have a caster wheel that's going to be in the front. And the caster wheel is going to be this. It's pretty big, but that's the only thing I could lay my hands on for now. And that's just about it. Now that we have everything, we can just get started. The first task we're going to tackle is the motor issue. Wires on those pins are pretty loose and they get detached easily, just like they did for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to solder two jumper wires on those pins to make sure that that never happens again. What you can see me do here is applying some flux on those pins, and what flux really does, it helps strengthen the solder. You can see me here trying to position the wire to have as clean of a solder as possible, and I'm going to take my sister's assistance when soldering this motor. But please be sure that you are in a well ventilated room when soldering, because breathing in those fumes is horrible for you. That is lead that you're breathing in. But overall, it's a pretty straightforward process. And now we have one motor ready. The only thing left is to do the same for the second motor. Great! Now that the two motors are soldered, they shouldn't cause us any more problems later. The only thing left to do is to attach the wheels and test them with a power supply. Okay, now the two motors work, it's time to think about the chassis. At the start of the video I said I was going to make it triangular, but I don't really like it, so I thought of widening the front, which is going to allow me to put the sensors. But I don't really like this one either, so let's take a notebook and think about it thoroughly. So I need two things from the chassis. I need to have enough space between the sensors, and I need to have a wide enough rear axle so that I have smoother turning. So when it comes to the batteries, I think I'm going to put it underneath, which is going to give me more stability because the center of gravity is lower. Unlike this robot that I made, which had the batteries behind the rear axle. The reason why I did that is it was easier to remove the batteries. I thought of putting it underneath, but it's a tight fit, so I decided against it. But for this one, I think it's a no-brainer. Oh yeah, and I found this new caster wheel. I think it's better than the old one. Smaller too. And here we go. After a few minutes we've got a basic chassis. It's pretty sturdy and looks pretty good. My sister likes it, so I'm going to use this one. I'm going to put the motors as far below as possible, and I'm going to put the caster wheel as up front as possible. I think it's going to give me more stability, so I'll use this layout for now. Here you can see me playing around with the layout of the components, trying to see what works and what doesn't, really trying to visualize how it's going to end up looking. I was hoping I can put everything up top so that it's clearer and it looks cleaner. I thought also I could put the batteries in the middle, but it's going to be a chaos mess, so underneath it is. Alright, now that we have the motors and the caster wheel connected to the chassis, only now we can start putting the electrical components and wiring everything up. I'm going to wire everything before I stick it to the chassis to make sure it works, and then when everything is fine, I'm going to connect it. Alright, that was a lovely build montage. Now the only thing left to do is test it with the code. Since I've already built one of these, I'm going to use the code that I've made before instead of making a new one. So, if I turn on the power supply, everything works. So it works. The the motors work. I just need to tune it and fix everything and fixate everything. What I'm doing here is I'm calibrating the infrared sensor. What an infrared sensor does is it emits infrared light and measures how much of that light is reflected back. A white surface reflects a large amount, and a dark surface absorbs most of it. By measuring this difference, the robot determines whether it is above the line or the floor, and that threshold can be adjusted using a potentiometer, which is the one I'm playing around with right now. And voila! Now, supposedly, this should follow the line. Sorry about that. Okay, so there was an issue with this one. I thickened the line a little bit. Now it should theoretically work. Yeah, alright, it's following it. Having that surface. Would you look at that? It worked. Fully functional robot. We've got 51 minutes till the 6th hour, and it's 3:14 AM. That took a while. Moving on, since it's already late, I've attached a buzzer so that it can play a melody when it reaches the final destination. A while later. So I've programmed the buzzer now, and it makes a cute little sound when it's done. That's enough. And this is it. It's 26 minutes till the 6th hour. It took some time. It's 3:40 AM, and we are done. Well, that was fun. I appreciated every second of it. It took quite a while, but I loved it nonetheless. The reason why it took so long is because I had to build the chassis like a caveman with a lighter and those silicon hot glue things. The reason why I didn't just use my hot glue gun is simply because I couldn't find it. I actually found it the next day, which is quite ironic, but it is what it is. I'm hoping I can work on more complex projects from now. If you have any ideas, please tell me about them in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.